Good evening, South Mississippi. Meteorologist Taylor Graham here, joining you from the newsroom to give an update on the forecast and how you can prepare heading into the work week. Still looks like it's going to be warm at least throughout most of this week. So if you've been wanting to wear more of your fall, winter-like wardrobe, doesn't look like this is going to be the week to do that. That being said, today was a beautiful day to be outside. It was nice and warm, and that's what some people love about living in South Mississippi. We still get that warm weather during the month of November, but today was a little bit abnormally warm. We saw temperatures well above average or normal here in Gulfport. Check it out. We actually had a high temperature today at the airport of 81, not too far off from the record high of 83. Now that was set back in 2011. Our low this morning, pretty comfortable. We started off the day in the mid to upper 50s for the most part. Obviously nowhere near the record low in Gulfport. And tonight we are likely going to be getting back into the 50s, or at least by early Monday morning. In addition to that, there is a chance that we could be seeing some patchy fog, especially just before the sunrise on Monday. As for this evening, the wind will remain calm. We will see some of that moisture stick around in the here along the coast, and so with the relative humidity getting close to 100%, it's going to be easy to get some of that patchy fog to develop by Monday morning. So all in all, not a bad night up ahead, but if you're like me, you probably will see a lot of condensation on your car late tonight and tomorrow morning. So again, some of that patchy fog is expected to develop, and we can see that here on Futurecast, especially in some of those river basins. The Pearl River, Pascagoula River could see a little bit more of that dense fog develop overnight tonight into Monday morning. Also, what's going on tonight? Well, we are entering into the peak of the Leonid meteor shower. Now, not a ton of meteors or shooting stars are expected to be seen, maybe up to 10 per hour if you're lucky, and that's really if you're going to be away from some city lights and if you let your eyes adjust to the dark sky. But you may be able to see a few shooting stars overnight tonight. On average, look probably going to be seeing more of about a 3 to 4 per hour, and this is before we get some of that patchy fog to develop that could cause visibility to be a little bit lower. But something neat to check out for all you stargazers. So it technically is going to be happening through the early part of December, but again, tonight is going to be the peak of the Leonid meteor shower. So you may be able to catch a shooting star or two overnight tonight. As of 6 o'clock, still pretty mild in Gulfport. We remain in the low 70s right now. Temperature of 71, dew point of 61. As we continue to cool down, we'll see the relative humidity getting closer to 100%. Compared to this time yesterday, it is a little bit warmer. We're still seeing temperatures right now mainly in the upper 60s and low 70s, and eventually we will be dropping into the upper 50s by Monday morning. Fairly mild at this point across the Gulf Coast with those temperatures in the 60s and 70s. Our pattern not going to be changing too much over the next few days. We've got an area of high pressure over the Gulf, and that's going to keep us not only pretty much rain-free the next few days, but it's also going to help us to stay warm Monday, Tuesday, and into Wednesday. Like I talked about earlier, no big cool down in the forecast anytime soon. So tomorrow, starting off in the 50s, we should easily be getting back into the upper 70s tomorrow. Some inland areas likely going to be pushing 80 by the end of the afternoon. We will see some passing clouds here or there, a good bit of sunshine still in the mix. And then by Tuesday morning, we're going to see winds a bit more out of the south and southeast. That's going to allow a bit of an uptick in the humidity or the dew point as well. There's a decent chance that we're going to see some patchy fog again by Tuesday morning, starting off more so in the low 60s. Then by Tuesday afternoon, the sunshine reappears, and it's going to be another warm, sunny day with high temperatures back into the upper 70s and even the low 80s. So above average temperatures, that's going to be the story over the next several days. Again, at least over the next 6 to 7 days, no big cool down in the forecast. We may be a tiny bit cooler at times by Friday and Saturday, and we're talking just a few degrees. That's because our rain chances are going to be higher at that point. At this time, it still doesn't look like a big drought-busting rain by the end of the week, but that's going to be your next best chance of seeing some showers. So we are very likely going to stay warmer than average, not only this week, but throughout the first half of next week, the few days leading up to Thanksgiving. Now, I have seen a lot of chatter on Facebook, Twitter, or X about the potential for a cool down after Thanksgiving into early December. Big grain of salt with that. There are some signs showing we may be seeing a pattern flip after Thanksgiving where things finally cool down, but we are still several days away from that. I'm much more confident in that the days leading up to Thanksgiving are still going to be warmer than average. But of course, we'll let you know if anything changes, and we'll keep an eye on our Thanksgiving forecast. I know it's a big forecast for traveling. Again, after Thanksgiving, maybe, and it's a big maybe, things are looking cooler at that point, but at least for the time being, we are likely going to be staying well above average. Rain chances pretty much slim to none through Wednesday and Thursday. There could be a stray shower Wednesday and Thursday, but even then it's not going to be much. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, those are going to be our best chances of seeing a few showers and storms. Like I said, still doesn't look like a slam dunk in terms of a drought busting rain. Overall pattern is showing an area of low pressure and a cold front trying to get closer to us, and we may have enough moisture ahead of that to get a few of those showers and storms. Even then, it still looks like the majority of the rain, or the heaviest rainfall, is going to be staying to our north and west. But at this time, I think a lot of us will take anything that we can get. Now, this is a forecast from the Weather Prediction Center over the next 7 days, roughly looking at about 1/4 of an inch to a 1/2 inch of rain here in South Mississippi. If we are able to get a few stronger thunderstorms, we could certainly see a little bit of that heavier rainfall. But the overall trend, the pattern, showing that these low pressure systems, these storm tracks, may remain to our north and west. We may keep that ridge of high pressure over the Gulf. That may help to block some of those storms from getting to South Mississippi. So while we may get a little bit of that wet weather by the end of the week, doesn't look like it's going to be a drought busting rain like some of us have been hoping for. And we really have not seen much rain at all over the past several days. And if your yard is like mine, it's thirsty, it's parched, it does need some rain. Just don't get your hopes up too high by the end of the week, but we'll take anything that we can get. In the tropics, not much to talk about, which is good news. Not unusual for this point in hurricane season. We have 2 weeks left of hurricane season. Things are looking nice and quiet. I don't have much to talk about in the tropics. I don't think many of us are going to be complaining about that. So our 7-day forecast, it's warm. Now, I know a lot of people have been seeing comments on Facebook are wanting more of that holiday, Thanksgiving, Christmas-like weather. Just not in the cards for us at this time. But if you have plans to be outside, beautiful weather expected. Temperatures upper 70s to low 80s a little bit farther inland. Each morning has a decent chance of bringing some patchy fog, so be aware of that. That may slow you down a little bit tomorrow morning and also into Tuesday morning. Next best chance of rain still looking to be on Friday, but even then doesn't look like it's going to be a complete washout at this point. But if you have plans to travel this weekend, we'll keep you posted on that in terms of our rain chances. We're still several days out, so a lot of unknowns at this time with exactly how much rain we're going to get, if we're going to be seeing more thunderstorms rather than showers at times by Friday and Saturday. So stay tuned on that. I am very confident, though, that the next several days are going to be warm with temperatures in the 70s and possibly even the 80s. So time now is 6:34. We will be having our 10 o'clock newscast tonight. I'll have another update on your forecast. Plus, we'll have all the latest news that's going on in South Mississippi. So we hope you join us at 10 on WLOX.